What's up, everybody? It's Alex, the Boogeyman, Title Boxing Club of Pittsburgh. It's midweek. It's time for a midweek musing. Actually, looking at my watch, it's kind of past midweek, isn't it? It's mid to late week, really. So it's time for a mid to late week musing. And this actually is more of an addendum on our focus point. I wanted to give you several points to consider when throwing feints. Our focus point this week has been about faking with the hands, faking with the feet, moving in and out, all that good stuff. Very important to a fight. But there are several things you must remember going forward. Always good to keep in mind when feinting. Number one, before you can even feint or fake anybody out, you must establish your punches. You must establish a little bit of power. They just have to respect it, so they don't want to get hit. So if you throw a really weak jab and you fake it, who cares? The person will just walk right through you. So you got to make sure you're throwing good snappy jabs, good powerful punches. They don't have to be super powerful Mike Tyson punches, but they've got to make your opponent flinch when they throw them. They also, part two, is they have to look like your punch. So I'm going to fake my cross. If I do this, it wouldn't really fake anybody out because that's not how I throw a cross. I throw a cross like this. So it would have to be similar to the movement that I'm making. That's the way you're going to buy it. They want them to think that you're really going to throw a cross, so it has to look like it, right? Makes sense. Part three is if they don't flinch, because the whole point of a fake or feint is to get a reaction out of your opponent. If you don't get a reaction, there's a couple possibilities here, a few possibilities. Number one, you didn't follow step one. So you didn't establish the power, so they're not afraid of you and they want to walk right through you. Then the other thing is maybe they're too slow. Maybe they're slow reflexes and or tired. Good. And then the other thing is maybe they're an idiot and they don't know what they're doing. They think they're tough. They're going to take their punches. Those things are all good. In those cases, though, don't feint because you don't need to. Part four here is about when we don't want to extend our arms too far on a fake. Otherwise, you might as well just throw the punch. So I would say never more than 25%. Like you don't want to extend your arm out if you're doing a hard feint. I should qualify that because there are soft feints a little bit different. We can talk about those later. Anyway, never more than 25%. And when I throw my rear side, I actually don't extend at all. Like I was talking earlier with the cross, I just turn my hips, turn my shoulders, and that loads up my lead side, and I don't even need to commit my arm at all. So you can go nice and fast. Then the final part two is don't forget about the feet, always moving around, always moving, go one way, go the other way. Even if you're not doing something directly off of those movements, you still want to be moving because again, you want to set up unpredictability. Your opponent doesn't know what's happening. They start to get nervous and then you're leading the dance. Leading the dance is what you want. This has been a mid to late week musing / focus point addendum. Happy training.